My last recording is got 45 minutes remaining on it. That's what I get for recording at 60 frames per second. That was a bad idea. Also, I turned the recording of the game sound down a little bit because I felt like it was drowning out me slightly at times. But I also kind of mumble and talk too fast and don't enunciate enough, so yeah. Anyway, unlike a lot of people, well, I don't know, but unlike some people I see, I do attempt to put some work into, like, the way my guy looks. And that's the face I came up with for him. He ended up sort of being ambiguously brown. I don't know why I just went with that. I have no idea what Lothian would look like, so I just kind of winged it. But it doesn't matter, of course, because you always have a helmet on. I mean, this one's open, but, you know, eventually the one I will wear won't be. So, let me kill these guys. And now I need to go get the white science soapstone so I can begin with the sunburrowing. What was some stuff I was saying earlier? Oh yeah, the stasis. Before I got distracted by that sickle-wielding guy. I'll clear out this one, why not? I wanted a fast weapon to have on my offhand so I could bust it out and do little quick pokes if necessary. Stop, motherfucker. Oh, God. I don't know what it is with the early game enemies in this game, but I swear, like, the Royal Soldiers and the Royal Swordsmen later on in the Lost Bastille, they stagger you in one hit no matter what. And, like, later, seemingly tougher enemies don't. It's weird. I don't understand it. The game almost seems balanced and designed to make the early game enemies hit harder, in a way. Like, as far as poise damage goes. As far as actual damage goes, obviously they're weaker. Oh, excuse me again. Oh, crossbow, roll. So yeah, anyway, the stasis. The reason I kind of went with, like, a punch instead of a dagger is because, well, I just like it better. Lothian's supposed to be like this kind of crazy, brutal fighter, and I sort of imagine him, like, he would totally just punch a guy if it was tactically sound. And I'm somewhat inspired by, like, there's a couple episodes ago in Game of Thrones when Sandor just, like, killed everybody in an inn. And, like, at one point in the fight, he just, like, you know, he's wielding, like, a big, well, I don't know if it's necessarily a big two-handed sword, but it was like a bastard sword at least. But, you know, he's got a sword. But at one point, he also just hauls off and punches some guy's face in. And I thought that was super badass, so I thought, you know, it'd be a cool thing for Lothian to do, too. Yeah, like, eh. Plus, with the stone ring, hey, you never know, it might actually stun somebody. Open the door! Finally. No, I didn't really need to use that lockstone. I don't know why. It was a good idea. It's like, I've already got the clearance strength +1, and Titanite slabs aren't hard to come by in this game. Why do you have your back to me? The Game of Thrones, man. I don't know if I should really talk about the show, because, like, I know there's people who haven't seen it who probably want to watch it, and I don't want to go throwing spoilers into my gameplay episode so people turn it off. That would suck.
Well, oh, my name, I'd be careful.
Hate. So the whole Peyton Crichton thing. See, just fucking insta-stun. I don't get it. I mean, granted, I don't have a shield of poise exactly, but I mean, how much do I have? 61.7. Yeah, that's not a ton, but you know, even if I was in here with full Havels, the guy still would have stunned me. Like, I've had it happen. Anyway, Peyton Crichton. Like, I want to like Pate. Because, like, his behavior does feel slightly questionable, but at the same time, he never just straight up lies to you. Like, you know, like in this situation right here, he's never like, oh, hey, you know, there's totally some treasure in there, and there's like no way you could get hurt trying to go after it. And then you go in and the gate slams closed, and there's all the hollows. Then you're like, oh, Pate, you liar. You know, that doesn't happen. He's like, hey, it's dangerous to go in there. You might not want to go in there. But then you do anyway. So, I mean, maybe he was kind of preying on your greed, but he wasn't really, you know, lying to you or anything. But then, like, Crichton doesn't really lie to you about anything either. He doesn't trust Pate, but, like, he legitimately doesn't trust him. He's not necessarily lying about him. I don't know. It does kind of suck that no matter who you choose at the end of that plot line, it's like they both want to try and kill you with that bomb they put in the room. Or maybe they don't want to try and kill you, they just want to, like, fuck with you, because, I mean, it clearly doesn't kill you. Unless you're just super weak at that point, there's no way it will. The really weird thing, though, is, like, no matter who you go with, they both give you the key to the same room, and they're apparently both responsible. What? Bullshit. I didn't think so. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna rate that up. Oh, what? I'm hitting too many buttons here. Oh, it disappeared. Damn it. Yeah, no matter who you go with, they both give you the same key to the same room, and they both apparently set the same trap. So does the reality of the situation change depending on who you choose, or are they like the only other seeming explanation is that, like, they were in cahoots or something like that? Like, maybe they were working together and then they had a falling out? I don't know. Who cares, I guess. They're both scumbags, obviously. I want to like Pate more, though. It's like Pate actually, like, seems sort of honest in a sort of, I don't know, somewhat smarmy kind of way. But Crichton shows up and he's like, blah, I want to kill Pate. And you're like, you don't really understand why. I don't know. So I like to use this crossbow here to take these guys out, because I don't really like jumping down there with those three guys, especially when, like I said, they can stun you so easily. You move around. Oh, it's me. I'm making the noise. I'm not used to having this armor at this point in the game, so I didn't know what the hell that noise was. Usually if I start as a knight, I still have the falcon armor at this point. I'm doing way more damage. It's weird. What is the scale on? Nothing. Weird, why am I doing so much damage? Huh. I don't seem to remember being able to do that much damage in the past. Even with headshots. Alright. Trying to mess up this jump. Okay. Hey there. Maybe I could survive this room. I am tougher than usual. You know, than when I usually come here. Alright, let's see. Time to be a dick. Oh, I don't blow myself up this time. Oh yeah, another reason I kind of wanted the stasis is because I've got a little bit of a fighting game background. I'm not like the best at fighting games or anything like that. If you looked at anything else on my channel, you might have noticed a bunch of uploads of me playing BlazBlue, and most of that was just me doing goofy bullshit online, like catching people in super throws twice in a row, which is not a skillful thing. It's based entirely on the opponent being bad. It was just funny to upload. But, yeah, I kind of like... One of the problems I noticed, well, I mean, anyone might notice with the heavy weapons in this game is obviously they're really slow. And, like, this weapon isn't slow. I mean, it's kind of a mid-level weapon. It's, I mean, it's an axe, not a great axe. Yeah. It's just a regular axe. So it's sort of like a mid-weight weapon for this game. But, like, I'm usually rocking shit like, you know, the Great Club, Great Sword, stuff like that. And, you know, with those weapons, they have a whole bunch of startup on their attacks, so people can just see them coming in and just roll away from them or through them in reaction. So, you know, having an offhand quick attack that you can switch to real easily is, you know, not a terrible idea, especially when you get people down to low health. You know, that could be a good way to kind of finish them off. The only thing is, though, is like in this game, you know, like in a fighting game, in a fighting game, it's like heavier on combos. If you hit someone with a light attack, usually you can, you know, combo into gradually heavier attacks from there and get a full combo. In this game, you can't really do that. Like, if you hit someone with a stasis, it's probably not going to stun them. Or even if it does, it's not going to stun them long enough to, like, combo into a heavier weapon. At least not that I know of. Maybe there's some, like, weird combination. That's how I usually take care of this guy. Rather than try and flail at him while also dealing with this dude, I just... Oh, he's going all the way over there. Just throw a witching urn at him. Kills him instantly. It's good. Anyway, if there's any combination of weapons like that do that, like go from a quick hit into heavier hits, like, I don't know about it. It would be cool. But still, it's good to have that quick poke. But yeah. I tend to go, like I said before, I tend to go for, like, heavier builds. And I need to open this door. I tend to go for heavier builds, you know, heavy armor, heavy weapons. I like being a tank that does a lot of damage. Even if it means being slow. Though in this game, as long as you keep your equip load below 70%, you know, you're not terribly slow. But I mean, in a lot of other games where you're a tough, heavy-hitting guy, you're usually slow. So I mean, I'm used to that. But, you know, I tend to favor those characters just, like, haul them off and just clobbering the shit out of people and being able to tank hits. Like in fighting games, like, you know, I like big grapplers with command throws, and also I like, and whether or not they have command throws, I also like big characters with, like, a lot of super armor, you know, which, you know, for those of you who don't play fighting games, like, super armor is basically the fighting game equivalent of poise. It's like you get hit while you're attacking, but you still just keep going. Yeah, I fucking love that shit. I just love being that huge, powerful guy that you just can't stop and who dishes out a ton of damage. Was I going somewhere with this? Oh, I should have summoned Pate so he could use crap layer. Oh well, I don't really want it, I guess. The last giant, my favorite thing to do is kind of like get in front of him, bait and attack, like this. You move between his legs, get him a few hits, move back in front of him, repeat. Oh well. Unless I stay there too long and trigger a stomp. Now he's gonna leap back and he's gonna rip off his arm and I'm gonna kill him in the meantime. I was afraid he might try to stomp me for a second there. You know, even late in the game when you fight the giant lord, the tactics are pretty much the same. It's like in this fight you think he's kind of all slow and cumbersome because he's like horribly emaciated. But then it turns out, even when he was actually like tough and had a sword and armor and stuff like that, he was still a big, dumb, slow idiot. So, sucks to be him. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's something I can do. I'm gonna go level up. Let's see. Things to talk about. So here's an interesting Kickstarter I donated to recently. Entirely not game related, but apparently for a while now there's this project that's been going on that has been occasionally funded by the government, and the project is solar roadways.
It's not a shard. It just how?
Yes, I have a shard. Yes. And basically the idea of this project was to create solar panels that are tough enough to actually serve as, you know, the surface of actual roadways, like highways and stuff. So that way our roads simultaneously that way the roads in America are both roads and solar panels, and since there's a crap load of big roads in America, that would actually generate a lot of energy. And they had like a Kickstarter recently because apparently they've gotten funding before, but I guess they're still not entirely off the ground. So they went for like $1 million Kickstarter campaign. I tend to favor kind of moving towards the future sort of projects like that, so I was kind of all for it. The only thing is that when I was first alerted to it, it was like it had only gotten like $300,000 or $400,000 or something like that. It was less than half of their goal, and there was only like 6 days left in the campaign. Actually, it might have been Indiegogo, not Kickstarter. But either way, they only had 6 days left in their campaign, and like more than half of they still needed more than half of their goal. And I was like, I donated to it, but I was like, they're probably gonna fail, you know, because the world sucks and we can't have nice things. However, in that 6 days, they somehow managed to get enough people's attention to actually get all the way to 1 million and more. And I think it had a lot to do with like the whole reason. Oh, I missed. The whole reason I was alerted to it is because I'm in Tumblr and somebody reblogged it. Somebody I was following reblogged like this promotional video for it, and it was like this really kind of quirky, funny video about this guy telling you all the reasons why solar roadways are totally fucking awesome. Hi, Pursuer. You always want to roll out of the way of that downward strike. Anyway, so it was like kind of this entertaining video that was describing the project, and that's what kind of got me interested in taking a look at it. Haha. Oh fuck. I shouldn't use all my stamina. Oh no, I'm cursed. I can't. Weird. I never actually... Like, the one time I've ever been cursed by him, like, I immediately died from it. And that was, like, back when I first played the game. So, like, I never actually saw that follow-up. It was kind of cool. Ow. I'm kind of mad if that hit me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so they made this really quirky video, and like I think that video is probably what got enough attention to get the necessary donations, and I guess it goes to show good PR goes a long way. Well, not good PR, good marketing. Let me unhollow myself here. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, it's still hard to say whether or not that project's really going to go anywhere. Because I mean, first of all, you know, they're kind of fighting with the whole. They're basically fighting with the whole energy industry in the long run, which is not an easy fight to fight. I mean, I'm not gonna go into that or be preachy or anything like that, but yeah, there's some corporate interests that may want to make sure that doesn't happen. Such is life in America, I suppose. I have something over here. Didn't really need that ring, but I like taking all the things I can get. Anyway, and even if it does get off the ground, it's probably going to be a long time before any considerable amount of the roads in America get changed entirely to solar panels. It's so cool, though. Now let's see. What was something else I saw today? Well, it wasn't a Kickstarter, but it wasn't a Kickstarter or anything. But I saw an article on IO9 today. Woo. Just recovered in time for that one. Saw an article on IO9 today, and if any of you keep track of like, maybe medical and prosthetic technology, or even military technology, or whatever, you might know about like, all the work on like powered exoskeletons. Stop blocking. Like powered exoskeletons and like advanced prosthetics and stuff like that. I saw an article today that was like, instead of like prosthetics as in something that replaces a limb, they actually had something rigged up to where like you could like strap extra limbs. Yeah, you could strap like extra robotic limbs to your body. And that seemed pretty cool. So, like Dr. Octopus, but, minus the whole it taking over your brain thing. Or whatever the hell was going on with him. My entire exposure to Spider-Man is probably the three movies, so... And I don't mean the most recent one. Well, okay, there's only two of those, but... The Tobey Maguire movies. This guy always stands here like... whenever you first approach him, he kind of just stands there, and I don't know why. He doesn't react right away. Not that I'm complaining. What else? What else? Ah. Should have rolled better. Oh, damn it, he's doing this attack. Whew. Just in time to fight this guy. Ah, stop it. You know, the ironclads kind of present a reverse situation from the pursuer, and that you can get all their armor, but you can never get their big club mace things, which is kind of a drag. Like, the closest things I can think to use would be either like the Demon Great Hammer or the what is it? One of the Drake Keeper weapons, the big club-looking thing. That the fucking aggro hammer Drake Keepers use. Those guys suck. A giant rests in peace. Yeah. Back to Magilla. Lots more leveling to do. Ah, yes. So, I'm sure any of you who follow Dark Souls news probably know about the whole Project Beast information leak that happened. You know, whatever it is clearly some sort of, like, Souls game that FromSoft is working on. And this time, you know, Miyazaki's back in charge of it, and that's all good. But the one thing I'm really excited about is that fucking shotgun. I'm really looking forward to see what the deal with that is. 20 strength is good for now. I'll start working on faith. 248 and 250. Okay, working on strength is a much better idea. I'll work on faith later. I don't know, maybe faith gives me some better scaling once I get it up to a certain amount. I know some of the stats in this game follow sort of a bell curve. Like, for instance, I know with the fire bonus, you get the most fire bonus per point of combined intelligence and faith between a total of 20 to a total of 40, I think. What level am I? Oh, it's my soul level. I know where I can go help people. Need to head over to the Lost Bastille, but oh, well, I'm gonna go to the Bastille. First thing I should do is go up to the Pursuer's area and go through that way. But yeah, anyway, the shotgun. I'm just super hyped about having a fucking shotgun in a Souls game. Like, I'm just gonna... Oh boy. And of course that raises the questions of, like, what other guns will there be? I don't even know. And, like, since they have a shotgun, like, that was clearly like a double-barreled break-open shotgun that guy had in his hand. And I don't know how far back exactly that type of shotgun goes, so I'm not really sure what other types of firearms would go with it. Like, obviously they're not going to be sporting fucking, like, automatics and shit. That would be, you know, I mean, it's no-brainer. But I sort of imagine, like, you know, if they've got rifles and pistols, what are they going to be like? Are they going to be like kind of like matchlock? Or are they going to be more like, I don't know, maybe like bolt action, and maybe the pistols will just be pure revolvers? Will they be cartridge based, or will they be like separate, like, or will they be like pre-cartridge? Because like revolvers have been around for a long time, but they didn't always take cartridges. You know, like bullets as you would, you know, ammunition as you would modernly think about it. You know, instead, like, you had to, like, each chamber you had to put the powder in, then put the ball in, and then on the other side of the chamber there's this little, like, nipple that you put a plastic cap on, and, you know, there were no cartridges. You know, you had 6 shots, and once you were done with them, you weren't reloading that thing in the middle of a fight. Yeah. Sorry, Revolver Ocelot. See, I'm just kind of wondering what level of firearm technology they're going for exactly. I wonder if somewhere there will be like a mounted Gatling gun or some shit. Why did I come back this way? I am a little bit of a fictional gun nut. It's mostly a lot of talk and research, though. I don't really own, like, the only gun I really own is like a 22 rifle that my parents bought me. Alright, gotta go to the Bastille. You know, I could be an awful person and do co-op here and, like, try to shoot people with the ballistas. These ballistas are weird. They fire 3 shots. And I don't know how. But yeah, I'm really hoping that, like, fucking, like, you know, double-barreled shotgun, like, I'm hoping that thing hits pretty hard, you know? Like, especially when fully upgraded. Not only should it be doing good damage, it should be knocking people the fuck over. You know, to a degree, I'm sure the level of technology they're supposedly representing with their firearms probably won't matter a ton. Okay, that's not working. It probably won't matter a ton, because, like, I mean, like in this game, like crossbows, there's no way in hell that someone would actually reload a crossbow that fast. Especially not fucking Avalons. How the, like, I mean, I think Avalons actually does have a slower, like, reload animation than other crossbows, but it's still, like, inhumanly fast. You know, they're treated more like bolt-action rifles or something, the way you kind of just cock it between shots and somehow another bolt is just magically back in place. So, as sort of a correction in my last video, this door right here can only be opened from this direction, and back there is where I just got the antiquated key. So, like, you have to beat the pursuer. You have to go through the pursuer's area to get here and get the antiquated key. So I think I was wrong about that. Here's Local Deal. Thank you. Ooh, I need to go talk to her at at the beginning of Earthen Peak. After the covetous demon, and get the soldier ring, or not the soldier ring, the ring of steel protection +1. Because Because like I said, I'm kind of used to having a heavy build, but with this build, I'm not going to have very heavy armor. So to make up for it, I'm probably going to have... No, obviously I'm going to have the Ring of Giants, but I'm also going to have the Ring of Steel Protection. I need to... back here. Ah. I hate the dogs and enemies like them because... There we go! That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. We are saving that. Is it F10? F12. That's a keeper. Oh yeah. Wake up. Zangief, you ain't. Oh yeah, speaking of huge grappler guys in Zangief, God, I haven't been able to get that thing to blow up on its own in a while. If you really like make it go down the stairs real fast in a straight shot for the wall, and it hits the wall, it'll actually blow up on its own. I haven't actually been able to get it to do that in a while. So let's do a little demolition work here. Oh yeah, that's right. I should be able to get a piece of twinkling titanite in here and make my axe stronger. Yay! Light this. Rest of the bonfire again. And pillage, pillage, pillage. So anyway, since I'm in the bullfighting games of big guys, tomorrow, which it's an hour and 10 minutes from being tomorrow, I think tomorrow, on the next version of Street Fighter 4 is going to be coming out, and I'm normally not a huge Street Fighter 4 fan. I don't know. It's sort of clunkiness is always its clunkiness, and its one frame link combo is always sort of like rubbed me the wrong way. But then again, I always played characters where those combos didn't matter a huge amount anyway, because I was more focused on just doing like spinning pile drivers and stuff. Because I play as like Zangief or T-Hawk or whatever. But the version that's coming out. No, Reinforce. The version that's coming out is, well, first of all, apparently T-Hawk's going to end up being a hell of a lot better. But on top of that, they've added Hugo, and Hugo is freaking enormous.
I'll be around.
Like, his head covers part of the health bar, and that's crazy for a Street Fighter game. Like, I know he was always kind of a big guy, but they made him really big in this game. And so he has like huge attacks, and like some of his attacks have armor on them. Like in Street Fighter 4, everyone has an attack with armor on it. It's your focus attack, and you press 2 buttons to do it, and everybody has this attack, basically. I mean, it's a somewhat different attack for your character, but it does the same thing, where like gives you some armor. But Hugo's got more attacks. Some of his other normal attacks also have armor on them. He does a crap load of damage, and he also has, like, command throws, and he's just right up my alley. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. He's gonna blow himself up. He's a genius. That was a weird jump around animation. Oh, that killed him. But, yeah. So yeah, looking forward to Hugo, and also Sir Theodore Hawkins. That was a bad roll. Let's see. Those videos that got posted on my, channel from a long while back. Those are from an earlier version of BlazBlue. Now, of course, I was playing as Tager. I've actually kind of, in a recent, like, balancing patch, I sort of got a little annoyed with BlazBlue and the way they handle Tager, because... So I kind of just haven't been playing it, and I guess I'm just partially excited to have another fighting game with a character I might actually like. Because it really pisses me off in fighting games when they have like a big character, or even more than one big character, and then like events conspire to cause all of them to ultimately suck at a high level. And it's just the curse of big characters. Because like the way it works out is ultimately at a high level what you've got is a big guy with slow attacks who moves slow and presents a large target. So smaller, faster characters tend to have a little bit of an advantage over that. I mean, and that's not all there is to it. It's like... how to explain this? There's sort of this issue when it comes to like making fighting games that kind of you know, when big companies are trying to like make fighting games that they want to appeal to a lot of people, you know, in a perfectly ideal world, a fighting game would be designed, you know, almost entirely for like the high level people, in the sense that like every character would be viable at a high level. You know, not in the game that the game would necessarily be complicated. You know, just because a game is like just because a fighting game has a lot of super complicated systems doesn't necessarily make it a better fighting game for low or high level. But regardless, there's just sort of an issue with you know, there tends to be an issue with big characters in that, like, especially particularly grapplers. There tends to be an issue with grapplers in that, like, people who are new-ish to fighting games don't really understand how to deal with throws. And I kind of understand why they don't understand how to deal with throws, because the way you deal with throws and typically deal with throws in most 2D fighting games, or 2D style fighting games, isn't really intuitive. Because, like, and the way you deal with throws in a 2D style fighting game is you jump. Well, like, if you're right in front of a grappler, or anyone who can throw you, which usually is everybody, but grapplers are better at it, of course. Ow. Surprised that didn't hit me. And there he goes. Come on, Yahim. I believe in you. There you go. How the fuck did that hit me? Please explain how that hit me. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. That was quick. Gotcha. So basically the idea... Oh, fuck, I didn't even use that 3 times. Oh, that was a waste. Oh, God. But I'll mess this up. Ah, get hit for that. Woo! No, get away from me! I hate that attack. It's so dumb. Alright. He doesn't have a ton of health left. There we go. And he's doing that again. God damn it. Oh well, it's just one guy. I know how to fight a single sentinel. Oh, wow, that didn't hit me. Yeah, I guess you... The thing I learned... Oh, shit. The thing I learned about rolling through attacks in this game is that you want to roll into the attack. Like, if the attack is coming at you from your left, you want to roll to the left, like that. Because then there's, like... That decreases the number of frames in which you're contacting the... In which you're actually contacting the attack's hitbox, I guess. That's the way to describe it. Oh! Ah, I ran out of stamina. Well, didn't do a ton of damage. There we go. Alright, time to play Doom and hump the walls. Okay, anyway, so grapplers and fighting games. The reason they're a problem with lower level players is that, you know, you have to jump to escape a throw. That's, if you're right in front of a grappler and they're you think they're about to do your throw, the way you escape from it is typically you jump. And the thing that lower level players don't understand is that the reason that works is because you are invulnerable to ground throws. You know, and this is like a universal rule of fighting games. You are invulnerable to throws as soon as your jump even starts. Like, and I mean like, you know, as soon as your character starts doing the animation to even, like, before they've even lifted off of the ground, if they're even in the start of, like, the about to jump animation, which you call pre-jump frames, you're immune to throws, even though you're technically on the ground. And that's the thing that I think probably really throws off new players, is that they just don't... Why would they guess that, you know? It's like, why would they think, hey, I'm on the ground, yet I'm immune to throws? You know, they would just never assume that. They would see the throw animation, they would see that, like, their hand is passing through the general area in front of the person who's trying to throw, and they would think, oh, if I'm caught in that animation at all, whether I'm on the ground or in the air, I'm gonna, you know, get thrown. That's what a logical thinking person who doesn't have any experience with fighting games is going to think. And they're not... And I don't think they're wrong about that. I mean, obviously they're wrong because that's not what's happening, but, like, I don't think they're wrong for thinking that, you know? It makes logical sense to think that if you're in front of somebody, whether you're on the ground or even in the air, but still low to the ground, you risk being thrown. And so what happens is that new character, or newbie-type players look at this and say, oh, well, this is bullshit. I'm in front of this grappler, no matter what I do, I'm going to get thrown, and there's no way to escape it. So, to newbie players, throws are cheap, and characters that are based almost entirely around throws are even cheaper. And so they look at those characters like, oh, fuck, that character's overpowered. I don't want to play as him. I don't want my friends to play as him. I don't want my friends to play as him. And, you know, and they don't learn, which isn't necessarily their fault, because, you know, not everyone who plays fighting games knows other people who really know fighting games. But, like, I guess to a degree, the developers of fighting games have to see that, think about their casual market, and be like, you know, we can't make these grappler-type characters too good, or else they'll just seem really overpowered to newbie players, and they'll just hate the game. So, because of that, I think grapplers sometimes tend to get nerfed a little bit too hard due to the ire of less experienced players. I don't have one. And which then hurts them at the high level. I don't know. I mean, I've had this conversation with other fighting game people, so I don't think I'm entirely wrong about it. I don't think it's always the case either, though. I mean, I'm not saying this is like universally what happens with every developer of every fighting game, but I think it has happened. And I sort of feel like, especially in the case of Blaze Blue, that kind of happened with Tager. Because, like, he's just perpetually bad. I don't understand why. It's like we've known for the longest time why he's bad, what can be done to fix it, and they just refuse to fix the problems. And I think it has something to do with the fact that the guy behind BlazBlue maybe has a particular dislike of grapplers. Like, this may be apocryphal, this may not have actually been said, but I always hear, you know, kind of rumors and rumblings that, like, at one point he said that, like, something to the effect of oh, nobody has fun when grapplers are good. And if he actually said that and he's the guy who runs the whole game, then there's no way Tager's ever going to be good. So I might as well just sort of give up on the series until the time that he is. And, like, there's no other character in the game that I really want to play as. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it's just sort of a dead series to me right now. Which is kind of sad, because I've been playing it since, like, its initial inception. So I've been playing it for years. But, well, all good things, I guess. And like I said, Street Fighter 4 is not my #1 choice, but, like, I don't know, it's adding a new character that I might actually enjoy a lot. I'll give it another chance. I haven't really touched the game in a long time. Now, let's see. The thing I'm really looking forward to right now, though, is Guilty Gear Xrd. And for those of you who don't know, Guilty Gear is basically... it's like the spiritual predecessor of BlazBlue. So, in a way, and, like, Guilty Gear X was, like, the first fighting game I played and, like, started seriously trying to learn how to play a fighting game. So, I've got a lot of, like... oh, that's right, I got an Estus Flash Shard. I've got a lot of,
Is that a here to see? However,
you know, old, deep-seated feelings when it comes to, like, Guilty Gear. So I'm really looking forward to this new version that's coming out this year, actually, and when that comes out, I'm probably going to play that, and I'm going to play the big grappler character in that game. Now, the big grappler character in that game, in this current version, which is out in Japan, so we know how it is. Like, we know how we've seen how the game is, because, you know, we've gotten videos of gameplay at this point. And apparently, like, the grappler guy in that game kind of sucks in the new version, but they basically completely remade the whole game from the ground up for, like, the new generation, basically. So, it's practically the start of a new series. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of a doubt that, like, it's just first installment weirdness. And, you know, maybe, what's this guy got? Pursuer Greatsword? Looks like it. So yeah, it could just be, like, first installment weirdness. I'm gonna go get this Ring of Steel Protection. So yeah, first installment weirdness, and I'm hoping that, like, in future versions, he'll suck less. Because, I mean, that happened in the Guilty Gear XX series, which went on for a long time. Like, that particular installment of the series actually went on for, like, quite a number of, like, quite a number of installations. Like, there's XX, there's, like, XX Reload, XX Slash, XX Accent Core, XX Accent Core Plus, XX Accent Core Plus R. Like, they would give, you know, Street Fighter 2 a run for its money as far as, like, the number of, you know, number of installments there were. Try not to get hit by these guys. But anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking that, like, Xrd will probably have some number of future, you know, revisions and installments, and I'm hoping there's a chance that the main big guy, Potemkin is his name, like, Potemkin is the character who introduced me to, like, he's the reason I ended up loving big characters. He popped my cherry there, you might say. Man, I'm still not killing them in 2 hits. Alright, that has, like, a huge dumb shockwave to it. It's so weird. I wish I could do that. Hit the ground so hard it just made a shockwave. I can just hit these guys. I have no poise. I guess I've always got strong attacks. I mean, the strong attacks on this thing aren't, like, really any slower than, like, the light attacks on some of the heaviest weapons, so, I mean, I might as well go ahead and use it. Anyway, so... yeah, and also another thing with, I don't feel like going down there. Another thing with Guilty Gear is that it's run by, you know, my fucking game development hero, Daisuke Ishiwatari. Fucking love the guy. You know, he's like, not only, like, he's like the head director behind Guilty Gear. He always has been, since the beginning of that entire series. Oh, fuck. Why is there 3 guys? Also, why am I down here? Anyway, I mean, not only is he, like, the main, like, the head of overall design for the games, he's also the lead character designer. He's the lead character designer, he's the composer, and if you haven't heard Guilty Gear soundtracks, then you need to go, you do yourself a favor and go listen. If you like yourself some like hard rock and metal instrumentals, cool, you will love that soundtrack. So yeah, he's the composer, the lead artist, lead designer. I don't know if he was a programmer. He might have been, I don't know. And also, what else? I guess those are the major things. But I mean, what a fucking Renaissance man, right? You know, I've always wanted to be a game designer, and he's always been kind of one of my big role models as far as that goes, since, you know, I want to be that guy. I want to be the fucking designer, programmer, artist, composer. I'm envious. Anyway, so he's behind the series. He's actually a really cool, or he seems like a really cool guy. I guess I don't know anything about him really personally, but one thing I am fairly confident about is that he doesn't hate grapplers. So, you know, I feel like there's more of a chance in Xr's future for Potemkin to become good again, because he was good at one point in Double X. I mean, he was good for the longest time, really. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see, though. In the meantime, Street Fighter 4 will tide me over, I guess. I would play King of Fighters if the netcode was better. And I know, like, I could play the Steam version, which I think does have better netcode. But I don't know. I just haven't really been interested in trying to really get into it for some reason. I'm not sure what excuse there is to make about it, but I do know there's like some really bullshit combos going on in that game where, like, in that game, with certain characters in certain situations, you can just like juggle people in the air infinitely, and it's kind of stupid. Not a big fan of that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, I was just recently agreeing with a guy on Tumblr about how, like, I'm just not a big fan of, like, fighting games where the combos are super long. I don't think that's fun. Like, I don't want to do combos, I don't want to get hit by long combos, I just want to play the game. And to me, playing the game is all the time in which, like... Oh, fuck, I need a heavy crossbow balls. Oh, I got a fat roll. Okay. What? Silly me. Oh, man. Giant tadpole. I mean, I guess he looks like... I guess the whole point of this guy is supposed to look like Jabba the Hutt, but... he's doing the same move over and over again, which is fine with me. What the f... That hit me. Good job. What? Hitboxes. What was I talking about? Fighters? Oh, I was talking about combos in fighting games. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of really long combos. I don't think they really add anything to the gameplay. Guilty Gear, you know, another reason I do like Guilty Gear is I always felt like they struck a good balance between, like, just long enough to be cool. Like, combos that are just long enough to be cool, but not long enough to get annoying. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Yeah, you're losing your memories. It sucks to be hollow. Immortality problems. Alright, so I guess I'm replacing... Oh, I never did get more vigor. I need to go do that so I can actually, you know, wear all this crap. Hopefully I can get enough. Well, once I have the third dragon ring, it won't, or even the second dragon ring, won't be a big deal. But I gotta go all the way to the fucking Duke's Der Freya to do that. So yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on fighting games, and I don't like play them super professionally. Like, I play enough to understand the high level, but I'm not like necessarily good at the high level. I don't know. I don't claim to be a master, let me put it that way. But yeah, my ideal fighting game would basically be like, well, my ideal version of any game is, the description would be easy to learn, difficult to master. And if you have a bunch of like really complicated like input issues and stuff like that, then like it's not easy to learn. So sort of my complaint about the whole genre. Ooh, a big 3 extra vitality. Did I make it? Yep, just barely. Cool. Okay. Now I'm one tough hombre. Let's see. So many options. Let's go do some co-op. I'm gonna head back to the Bastille, go to the Dust Workshop, and I'm gonna go help out with the Rune Sentinels. Because those tend to be like the biggest problem boss for most new people. Maybe even some experienced people. And then there's 3D fighters. Those are a whole different ball of wax. Like in 3D fighters, you got a button you hold to block, and like high, low, and medium attacks work differently, and you can move left to right, and you can roll around a lot more when you're on the ground, and yeah, it's just way different from. Okay, I almost killed myself there. Just way different from 2D style fighters. Oh, did I ever go up there and grab those large Titanite shards? Don't believe I did. Ah. Oh, that large Titanite shard. I think you get 5 large Titanite shards there in New Game Plus. Well, more than 1 anyway. Do. Those guys following me? Yeah, I've noticed if you run past that door really quick, those swordsmen who are like through the door, they don't notice you. They don't notice you, and they don't follow you. So if you want to avoid aggroing those guys, just run through real quick and then just kill these two guys, which is a lot easier. Then you can just go around this way. Pretty handy. And you're dead. Yay. What is this? Urin. Alright, time to put down my sign. See if I get any bites. I'll take a drink of water. I don't know. My soul memory might be a bit high for this place. I don't know. We'll see. What did it do? Guess I'll go kill these guys while I'm waiting. Oh my! That worked out. Sure are a lot of guys in that room. Maybe move it back a little bit more. Wow, those swords are really stuck in the ground there. Yeah, I think I might be a bit too high level for this place. Let's see. I will walk back to a bonfire. And if I don't get something by the time I get there, then I'll give up. Maybe go put my sign down for the covetous demon. Doop doop doo. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting summoned. What am I doing? Ah! That's no point in going back to level up. Wait, you go to Earthen Peak. No shit. Oh, wrong way. Covetous demon room's over here. Never really gone backwards through here. Always wondered what's up these stairs. Probably nothing, but you know. I wonder in a meta sort of way. Oh, yeah, these guys are still a thing. Right. I don't know who really needs help with the covetous demon, but meh. I might get a bite. So, speaking of fighting games and game design, maybe some of you who follow me probably follow me due to the whole Home Strife project. And some of my philosophies are going to sort of show up in that game in the sense that I'm going to... Oh, I'm actually being summoned. I'm going to try to keep the combos shortish. I want to keep the game kind of fast and snappy. And also I want the inputs to be as easy to deal with as possible. Let's go, Kyle. We're both wearing knight armor. I mean, he's wearing the hate helmet. Oh, I never killed Ornstein. I never killed Ornstein. Stop being gross. Don't get eaten. You just got... Okay. What the fuck? He's got a fucking dragon punch? Oh, god damn it. Fucking glass cannon sorcerer not paying attention. Well, not necessarily not paying attention, just... Did I remove that? What do that for? Weird. Yeah, fucking glass cannon spellcaster who just dies immediately upon getting hit, and apparently doesn't think that, hey, maybe I should get the fuck back when it looks like he's winding up an attack. That might be a good idea. What are you gonna do? But yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna try to make it a game that's like easy to learn, difficult to master. Like, there's only 2 attack buttons, unlike the at least 4 that most fighting games have. And you know, of course, the game's somewhat inspired by Smash Brothers. Well, a little more than somewhat, but you know, even before Home Strife, I always kind of wanted to try making, or at least designing, a game that like was sort of a hybrid between, you know, Smash Brothers and a more traditional fighter. And Home Strife was sort. I mean, I have to admit that Home Strife was just sort of my excuse to do so. So, you know, if there had been a different, you know, if someone else besides me had been on the project, you know, you might be looking at a completely different game. Since, I mean, I'm the guy probably with the most kind of, I don't want to say game design experience, because this is like the first game I really worked on, but I've got both the most experience with the genre in general, and also the most experience just like at least thinking about game design. So, well, I don't know. I don't want to downplay Frozen Meat Popsicle's ability to think about game design, because I mean, obviously it's something he wanted to get into, at least from the artist side of things. Same guy again? Alright. Let's try this motherfucker. Don't get pancaked. Oh, you're really jerking around there. What's going on with that? Is he gonna puke up again? Yeah, you're a hexer. Yep, saw that going. Do I have to do everything? Yeah, it's like his hexes aren't even that good. Gonna roll over? Yep. Oh fuck, I'm stuck here. Don't flop around. Ah! Okay. What was that? Oh, maybe he tried to do the eat thing. Alright, I gotcha. The dude doesn't even eat mode. It's like, what the fuck? Look at... What is going on with him? It's so weird. But, whoa, what? Oh, right. Couldn't tell where I was for a second. But yeah, I'm mostly just trying to do the things that I've always wanted to do with this game. And that's what I'm gonna do. I can only level up once. Yeah. Oh well. Suppose I'll do that anyway. Go.
There.
Strength. It's a no-brainer. I want to get at least 40 strength and start shooting for 50 faith. And, alright. I'd say that's going to be it for tonight. This is actually still the same evening in which I recorded my last video. I just wanted to, like, take a break between recordings because I wanted to, like, check out the sound balancing and stuff like that. For this one, wait, did I already say that? But I decreased the actual game volume a little bit, so yeah, hopefully it's not quite as overbearing. And also, yeah, I already told you all that in the beginning. Alright, well, anyway, see you guys later. You know, whoever's watching. Bye-bye.